Hi there, I'm Frank Morano. Mayor Mamdani says he has a plan to make groceries 30% cheaper for New Yorkers. Who doesn't want cheaper groceries? I certainly do. Every family has felt the pain of higher food prices over the last few years. But here's the question no one seems to be asking. Why are groceries so expensive in New York in the first place? The mayor's own proposal accidentally gives us the answer. His city run grocery stores won't have to pay rent. Isn't that nice? They won't have to cover the same property tax burden that private businesses do. Their losses will be covered by you, the taxpayers. If you're operating under those conditions, of course you could charge less. This isn't exactly an economic breakthrough. It's just knowing how to add. Imagine if I opened a pizza shop tomorrow and somebody else paid my rent, somebody else covered my taxes, and guaranteed I'd never lose money. I could probably sell pizza cheaper than everyone else too. That doesn't make me a genius. It just makes that someone else is paying the bills. That's exactly what's happening here. The people who lose aren't giant corporations, they're neighborhood supermarkets, family owned grocery stores, bodegas, immigrant entrepreneurs who've spent decades building businesses while paying every bill the government sends them. Those businesses don't get free real estate. They don't get taxpayer subsidies. They don't get a bailout if business is slow. Imagine if you're somebody that's been in business 20, 30 years in one of these neighborhoods where one of these city funded grocery stores is going to open up and you're contemplating, should I open or should I close? What are you going to do? Of course, you're going to close, knowing that you're going to have to compete with a store that can charge less money because they're not paying the taxes. This risks taking neighborhoods that aren't food deserts now and making them food deserts. Now, City Hall is asking these small grocery stores to compete against a government backed competitor playing by an entirely different set of rules. How's that fair? And here's the irony, this proposal proves that government knows high taxes, high real estate costs, and excessive overhead make groceries even more expensive. I couldn't agree more. So instead of creating 5 politically selected grocery stores in each borough that get special treatment, why not lower those costs for every grocery store in New York City? Why not make it easier for every supermarket to lower prices? Why not help every neighborhood instead of just a handful lucky enough to live near one of these stores? Because if reducing those costs is the right answer for 5 government backed stores, it's the right answer for every private business too. The other question is who's paying for these discounts? Nothing is actually 30% cheaper. The bill simply moves from the checkout counter to the taxpayer. Government is not able to create any discounts. And there's another problem. If government owned stores can undercut private businesses because taxpayers absorb the losses, what comes next? Government pharmacies? Are we going to try the same thing there? How about government hardware stores? I bet you they could charge even less than Home Depot. Government clothing stores, government restaurants. At some point, government stops regulating the marketplace and starts competing in it. Government's supposed to be the referee, make sure everybody's playing fair. It shouldn't be putting on a uniform and entering the game. If Mayor Mamdani really wants affordable groceries, there are better answers. Reduce the taxes and fees that make doing business in New York so expensive. Reform zoning so more affordable grocery chains can open. Cut unnecessary regulations. Encourage competition, which could lead to lower prices instead of subsidizing competition, which is going to put small grocery store owners out of business. Help every grocery store lower prices instead of giving 5 government backed stores an unfair advantage. Because affordable groceries shouldn't come at the expense of the small businesses that have been feeding New Yorkers for generations. New Yorkers deserve lower prices, but they also deserve a level playing field. We can have both. If City Hall stops making it so expensive to do business in the first place, we can have a more affordable city to live, work, and shop in. Thanks very much.